Hello there, this is Bunny Gray. Right now I have a flip through to show you. This is a little book that I made out of the pouches that tea bags come in, and I have all sorts of different tea bags in here, and I've just stapled them together right here on the seams, and each one is a pocket. So I have a tiny little painting that I did in each one, and these are watercolor paintings that first I painted them, and then I added embellishments using art pens and Sharpies and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. So in the first one, we have this little one. This is the first one I painted. Here's a close-up. As you can see, it's about 2 inches by about, I think it's 1 inch. This one is kind of just a cloudy, sort of blue and purple cloudy. It's not focusing. Oh, and it's got the silver border around this one. So this first one that I did, I taped down so it wouldn't sort of bend up very much, but that took up a lot of space on the paper because the paper is so tiny. So this was the only one I taped, and the rest, once they were dry, I clamped them to flatten them out. And so there's the first one. I also put some stickers on each little page, as it were. So here's this one. This one has like a little succulent on it. And the painting in this one. So this one actually has some washi tape. I put the tape down. This is a design on the tape, and this is a design. And then I did the colors, or maybe no, I put the tape down and then I painted over the top of it. And then once it was dry, I used a silver Sharpie to make these sort of squiggly outlines around it. It's such a beautiful day today. It's the beginning of September, and I have the windows open. It's finally starting to cool down here, and all the bugs, all the crickets and everything are out there chirping. It's very nice. It's quiet and peaceful. So this one has a little pineapple sticker on it, and the painting. So this I actually did tape where I wanted the trees to be. I used a thin washi tape, and I just taped the lines down, and then I painted over the top of it. Once it was all dry, I peeled the tape off, and I added lines and dots and these little leaves. The leaves are actually silver. So they're like the metallic silver Sharpie, and they have just lines on them. Whenever I'm not happy with a painting, I start adding all these little dots on it with a really fine art pen. I feel like it just adds something, you know, maybe if something is missing, or if I feel like I've added a little too much of something even, just for some reason that makes me super happy with it. So if you notice any dots like that, that's probably what happened. So here's the next one. This one I did more of a drip painting, and I thought it kind of looked like arches, so I painted, this would be like the inside of a building, and it would have these little dots that instead of doing them randomly, like with the trees, I made just lines going down of these dots. And then I made this moon. I think that I actually did make that trip. So I believe the white is liquid acrylic paint, and there's some silver Sharpie, and then I kind of have this landscape through the arches. So it's like you're looking out onto this night landscape, and there's a little bit of purple sparkly gel pen there. Let's see if I can get a close-up. There we go. Oh, nope, it immediately lost focus. But there's the purple gel pen a little bit in the corner, and then I have this silver part is the metallic Sharpie, and then the area, I'm trying to get it to focus, the area that would be the sky is a black glitter gel pen. So it does have a bit of a shimmer to it. I was thinking it would kind of look like stars, but it's maybe a little bit too much sparkle, so it doesn't look quite realistic as I wanted it to. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. So this one I actually painted a little landscape, and this is all watercolor, I believe. There might be a little bit of silver Sharpie on this dark cloud, but we have the sky and the ocean, and there's two little sailboats on the ocean, and we have a big white puffy cloud and a darker rain cloud with the rain coming down. This is a lot of fun. It's kind of difficult to do these smaller paintings when you want to put in details, because it's very easy to make the details too large, which is one thing I learned making these. Interestingly enough, these all came from one piece of paper that I just cut into sizes small enough to fit in these, so I only used one piece of paper for all these paintings. So this one is some grass or leaves. It's just, you know, kind of a light green. I did add some details with my art pen, and again you can see these dots. I just wasn't happy with it till I added those. I don't know why those make me so much more fond of my paintings, but something about little tiny dots and speckles, I just love them. So this one, we have kind of more abstract, maybe not necessarily abstract, because it is 4 leaves, but as you can see, they are not realistic. They are kind of simplified and stylized, and we do have this watercolor in the back, which is kind of just blotchy and splashy. And the leaves are just, I made a line down the length of it, and then I did some small slanted lines along one side of each leaf. So yeah, that's that one. I really like this one. I think it's cute. So here's another one. This is one that I didn't care for as much. I felt that the cloud was just too big looking. So I don't know. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not quite as nice as I wanted it to be. So that's just supposed to be a big cloud. So here's another one. This one is one of my favorites. So this has a very abstract sort of background, And as you can see, it's green. It's got this zigzag that it almost looks like a lightning bolt striking a mountain at this green part. And then it's got this purple in the upper corners. It's got a little bit of blue down here. And I painted this. I was really happy with it as a background, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. And then I got the idea of drawing a whale shark. And so I took my silver Sharpie and I just drew this sort of silhouette of a whale shark on it. I love drawing various types of fish and sea life. It's one of my favorite things to do, and yeah, I just really love it. So that's cool. It does not want to go back in there. Go in there. So this one is another more kind of a stylized, there we go. So here we have it's sort of a heart shape, but it could be a leaf or a flower or just a heart. It is silver and it's on kind of a gray and silvery background, and it's sort of like hanging off this string or line here. And we've got just a couple of little drip sort of things coming off of it. And then I went over with my very fine art pen and added some lines just to make it pop a little more. And that silver is again my silver Sharpie, which apparently I'm in love with because I'm constantly using it. Okay, and here's this one. Actually goes this way. So this one is more clouds. Clouds are very fun to paint. Now that I've learned how to paint them, I kind of can't stop. This is kind of a more surreal landscape, or not landscape, but is it a landscape if it's just the sky? I don't know. But we got these sort of cloudy shapes, pink, purple, and blue, and kind of more muted tones. And here we have this silver circle, which could be the sun or the moon or something else, but it's below the clouds. So it kind of adds a little bit of surrealness. So that one's really pretty. I like that one. And I got a few more left to do. Oh, look, it's Mike Wazowski. Oh, more clouds. Okay. This one's just some cloudy shapes. They're not super accurate or anything like that. I did embellish a little bit with my beloved silver Sharpie. And I have some dots up here, but these are made from paint and Sharpie instead of my fine art pen. My fine tip art pen. Here's the next one. Oh, this is a fun one. This is definitely a landscape, and it is a bit more abstract and simplified. So this one I painted purposely to be a landscape instead of just painting kind of a more abstract background and adding to it. It's basically all just the same color green, but the background was lighter, and then I added more and more color to the water, excuse me, to get a darker effect for the foreground. And then I came in and I added outlines and trunks of trees with my art pens. And of course I had to add in a lot of dots because I love those dots. So this is really interesting. I like this one. It has a lot of depth to it. It's another one that doesn't want to go in. Okay, here's the next one. This is one of my favorites. So this was meant to be a waterfall, with all the mist coming off the waterfall. This was really fun because it's got these lines on it. I love those straight lines. I love creating contrast in shapes. So I'll have straight lines and then really squiggly lines, or a lot of straight lines and then a lot of round shapes. That's one of my favorite things to do. And here we've got this one. This one just reminds me so much of the Northern Lights. When I was first painting it, I was thinking of making a more detailed thing with lots of different stuff added in with pens and markers, but in the end I just did an outline because I was afraid of ruining this gorgeous sky up here. It's all green and blue and purple. So that is nice. Okay, just a few more to go. There's another one. This one is kind of got this, it had a drip running through it, and I did some lines and dots up here on the top with black paint, and then I went over them with my silver Sharpie, and then down here I kind of drew this sort of paisley-ish design. It's not the best paisley, but it was fun to do. Paisley's usually a lot more uniform than that. And the next one, I don't even know what this is. So we kind of got some cloudy shapes down here, and then up here we have these sort of drippy looking lines and lots of dots. The dots are silver Sharpie. So yeah, that's a really fun one. Go in there. Sometimes it's a little difficult getting them back in. They come out easy enough. Okay, here's the last one, guys. And this one is kind of a sunset over the water, but again, the sun is a silver, just a silver circle. We got reflection lines here, and then we have kind of wispy looking cloudy shapes, both in the sky and in the water. And yeah, that's the last one in here. So I really love cutting down larger pieces of paper and turning them into a lot of different small things. I think it's just so much fun to work on lots of different things at the same time and go back and forth. So yeah, tell me what you thought in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I definitely have a lot of art and art books to show. I actually want to do a flip through of my large art journal that I finished over the summer that has a lot of collage in it, but I could not find it anywhere today, so hopefully soon I will relocate that and we will be able to take a look at it together. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. It was so great hanging out with you today. Okay, bye.